At some point, black women's lives have to matter as equal in America.
Hello everyone, it's Queen Beeline back to you with another video. This video pertains to the recent events surrounding the Atatiana Jefferson story, as the former officer Erin Dean, who has been charged with her murder. The trial begins with jury selection on November 28th, 2022, and the trial will be set on December 5th, 2022 again. The trial of which former officer Erin Dean, who has been charged with the murder of Atatiana Jefferson, who was murdered back in 2019. The jury selection will begin on November 28th, 2022, and the trial date will begin on December 5th, 2022. The reason why this case is finally getting back on track to trial is due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Several motions held by the defense attorneys, and there was a judge change during the process of this case. I want us to get back to the soul of this story. Atatiana Jefferson, a daughter, a sibling, a auntie, a student, is no longer here because an officer had his own perceived biases and did not see Atatiana as a human being, but as a threat. According to numerous reports, it is being alleged that on the night of Atatiana's murder, that she was playing video games with her nephew. The doors were open for a long period of time, and one of her neighbors noticed that the doors were open. So they made a non-emergency phone call. According to reports again, they don't understand how dispatch did not inform the officers who went to Atatiana Jefferson's residence that this was a wellness check. Once they arrived to Atatiana Jefferson's residence, they did not pull up in front of the house. They pulled up away from the house and entered onto her premises. As she went to the window of her residence, that's where Atatiana Jefferson lost her life. Her nephew will forever be traumatized by this tragic event. Weeks after Atatiana Jefferson's murder, both her parents, Yolanda Carr and Marquis Jefferson, both transitioned after her murder. The Carr Jefferson family is mourning not only for their sibling, but for their parents, because an officer did not do his due diligence. He saw Miss Jefferson as a threat, but not as a human being. And because of his reckless disdain and attitude, this family has had to deal with the domino effect of one man's action. A family removed because one man could not understand that Atatiana Jefferson was a human being and not a threat. In Texas, you are allowed to have your weapons open within the state of Texas. So Atatiana Jefferson was expressing her Second Amendment right. I need persons to understand that this case will have a domino effect for future cases. And I don't need us to dismiss this family and their grieving for not only a daughter, but for their parents as well. The words of Malcolm X ring true today as it did when he was alive. You will watch this brief clip and I will be back with more commentary.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
How many more black women have to die for America to understand that black women matter? How many more of these stories will we have to hear before America wakes up? How many more parents have to mourn the loss of a child? How many more communities have to suffer because black women are unfortunately denied and dismissed because of perceived biases? We will continue to say her name, known and unknown. Say their names. Protect black women. Black lives matter. Please be safe out here, and I will see you in the next video.